What's up? What it do, guys? We back with another one. We got a double barrel offset. So I had just painted this one. It was looking so good and the sun beaming on it. Everything's hitting. This before I put the temperature gauges in. We're going to start it all the way back. So I've been having a lot of requests. Just, people been asking me in my DMs and in my messages to show them on how I build the racks and how I build the smoker. So I said I'm gonna take the time out and I'm gonna make a video just for those two, and we're gonna kill two birds, one stone. Bam. Check me out. I know y'all just seen me, the struggle of a lifetime trying to get this thing back on its wheels, but that's just the beginning. That's how I start them off. First thing first, once I get it in the section, we started to cut the doors, but I already had the hinges welded on. I didn't show that. My bad about that. I was moving too fast. Sometimes I forget to record. Charge my mind, not my heart. This is my little pop string. Once I get the tops cut, pretty much is the length of the door, how long and how long the door gonna be. Then I know where I'm gonna make my bottom cut at, the bottom cut of the door. So that's why I use the pop string, and I usually measure these to the frame, from the frame on each side, just to make sure that it's even and sitting up pretty. But yeah, once we cut these, we keep moving. Right here, this is very important. Don't cut your doors all the way. Leave that little space, let it cool down, go get you some water, take a little break or something, but let them corners cool down, and it's gonna stop the bucking up. You know how your doors, they sit back and they won't sit flush on it, but this is the problem right here. Let them cool down, and then you can cut them all the way. Once you get those cut, it rained on me the day I cut this. I think I cut the top. When I cut the top, and then it rained that day, and the sun was out the next day, and that's when we jumped back on it. So, but these barrels are brand new. This is my racks right here. Pay attention. So people was asking me how I make the top rack. How you make the top rack on the double barrel? It's right here. You want to start it from the bottom rack, right? And I make sure that's even. This one right here was sitting off a little bit because it was sitting on the opposite side of that rack, and it's kind of up a little bit. Sometimes you might get one side up over a little bit, probably like an inch or so, but that side perfect. The other side's perfect too. It's just my measure is too long and it won't fit in there. So, but both sides are even. It's just the right side sit up a little bit. But check the racks out. You want to cut your angle at an angle, and that's how you get it to fit in there. Once you weld those bars from the bottom rack to the top of the grill, and then you put your second rack on. And this right here, the lip of the barrel, you need to cut that. And in order for it to sit flush, this thing did not want to come out, did it? A little flap. But yeah, it's the same one. And basically just push it up close as you can get it, make your mark out. The thing about making this mark is you really want the hole on your barrel smaller than the hole on the actual grill. You see what I'm saying? So right here, I'm gonna show you right here. So we're gonna make the hole just a little smaller so we can weld them together and won't no smoke escape. All the smoke will rush straight into the grill. So you really can't see it right here because that little marker was on this last little, it was dried out. But basically I'm just making a smaller hole than the one I just drew when it was up against there. And right here is the cutting those lips off. You have to cut those lips around the barrel just to make sure it sit flush. And I'll show that too. Somebody asked me how did I get the barrel to sit flush against the smoker like that. But yeah, this right here. So it's a smaller hole, but it's still 4 to 5 inches wide. That's what you want. You want a nice size hole so smoke can come out easy. But right here, this we back on them lips because so many people be asking me, and a lot of people ask the same question, right? And so I say in my head, like, I'm gonna make a video. Well, this is my video answering to a lot of questions. This is how you make it sit flush right here. So it's not gonna touch the grill itself because you got this lip right here and it's touching the frame, all that. So you got a nice gap right there. So how you want to cure this gap? You're gonna cut the lips off. Boom. So we're gonna mark this right here. We're gonna make a mark right here on the smoker, and we're gonna make one at the bottom. Just like that, right there. So we make that mark and we'll make another mark. So I know I gotta cut all that in between those two marks. They gotta come out. That's the only way we're gonna sit flush, right? So we cut that, welded it back together, and then grind it off. Because you are actually cutting into the barrel when you cut these lips off. Look at that. We went from a nice size gap to damn near touching. Come on now. Come on. Come on now. Check them out. This is the beginning of the door right here. I put the hinges on and I completed the cut. It's a brand new barrel. Nothing inside. But this how we gonna do it. This how we start them. Nothing on the inside, baby. But what we gonna do, we're gonna build a wall inside, right? So you not burning on the barrel. So a lot of people be saying, man, those barrels, they too thin to actually be a smoker. It won't last no time. Well, this is a 1/8 inch metal. And it's gonna be a minute before you burn out of this player. I'm talking about it's gonna be a good minute. You ain't just burning this out of no 2 or 3 years cooking on it. And yeah, shit happens. Sometimes I'm just glad my arm wasn't right there, because I done had an arm in while the left one fell. And I try to write them down so I keep a track on which side goes on which. But yeah, I always use my magnets, man. I think the magnets, at this point, they pay actors. The magnets are in every video. This is my top piece right here. So sometimes you may have to move one of them back just to get that top piece in there. So watch this. I'm gonna move it back some, and boom, it slide right in there. Boom. So you're gonna weld all this up. So make sure it ain't just flapping around. Put the back piece on, weld everything up, and we good to go, baby. Once I get all the lines in, everything in, put that top piece in. Sometimes you have to move everything once you get it in there, to get it situated. So I try to leave like a 1/2 inch space in between from the front wall. Right there, I leave like a 1/2 inch, maybe like 1 inch. But they'll sit in, and it's basically like building the frame for the door. So you put your lips in, and this is where the door will stop. It'll stop right here on the lips. And I do that for a special reason, because I'm going to put the same lips on the door itself right there. See how I lined it up? So I'm going to put them same lips on the door. And I promise you, it'll change the whole smoker. I tried it without the lips on the door, and it was a lot of smoke just rushing out the door. And it was no cracks in it. It was like the door was sealed up, but still it was smoke emerging. So when I put the lips on, I promise you, it changed this whole smoker. Nothing comes out, literally nothing comes out of the door with the lips on the door. I don't know how it works, it's crazy, but I've been doing it ever since like that. And no complaints, everything been good, but this how it turns out. So I just put a little clamp on there, easy clamp. And it's a lip right there, so it won't burn the rubber. But that's what we got. Y'all let me know what you think. Double barrel action. But still, you not burning on the barrel itself. So even if you cooking, like on a regular grill without using the smoker, then you'll use, the charcoal basket. And this is what I make this for, so you won't be burning on the barrel itself. So it slides out, easy access. That's it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like and subscribe. Appreciate it.